There is hardly any advocate for organic products and healthy lifestyles that does not know the iconic Dr. Bronner's brands of soaps and other products. What you may not know is how seriously Dr. Bronner's for the past 50 years takes its philosophy and ethical standards into its process of sourcing ingredients, producing the product, and engaging the employees in community participation. Hold on to your seats as we go behind the scenes in a rare interview. The interview which follows will blow you away. Meet the future of sustainability and social responsibility. Meet Dr. Bronners. Hi everybody, welcome to another Deeran Anderson Hooper special sponsored by KNSJ 89.1 FM Descanso. I am here with David Bronner, the CEO, which stands for Cosmic Engagement Officer here of Dr. Bronner's Soap Company. How are you, David?
I'm great.
You doing okay?
Yeah, awesome.
So we're going to jump right into it, and we're going to talk about the 6 cosmic principles.
Okay.
And so the 6 cosmic principles, starting with number 1, is ourselves. Work hard and grow. Work hard, grow. What does that mean, and how did that come about for them?
Right. Well, the other principles we'll get into all the other really great stuff we do, but if we're not making money and we don't run a profitable business, delivering a superior product at a good price and with good customer service, we're not going to have any profits to do all the good stuff we're doing in the world. So that's just basically first principle is you got to run a tight ship, and make money and do it in a way that's fair and good for the planet and the people and everything else we want to be doing. But if we're not making that money in the first place, then we're nowhere. So it's like definitely important.
Yeah, that's the number 1. Okay. Second principle is our customers. Do right by customers. What do you guys mean by that?
Just delivering like the best soap in the world to our customers. They're obviously we need to make them happy, and we're in a beautiful relationship. They really support. We're giving them a product that's fair trade. It's made in a totally fair way, totally ecological, beneficial way that they respect. And we respect them by delivering that product in a superior way. It's concentrated. Most soaps are maybe 10% soap, liquid soap. We're at 40%. We're right below where it becomes solid.
So when you say 10% soap, what's the rest of it that's in the
water.
soap?
So in a liquid soap, it's water, and we're like 1% away from being solid. Like our soap will last 5 times longer than most stuff you'll get off the shelf. So our customers are actually getting a superior value by using our soaps.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So the third cosmic principle is our employees. Treat employees like family. How do you guys do that and engage with your employees to make them feel like family?
Well. I guess the most important is we pay really good wages. We cap all of our executive salaries. My compensation is no more than 5 times the lowest paid warehouse position. We give up to 25% bonus. We have a 15% profit sharing plan, but then also no deductible health care for our employees and their families.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to work at Dr. Bronner's,
Yeah. So we want to take care of our people and share the wealth, and our success is their success.
So the fourth cosmic principle is our suppliers. Be fair to suppliers. Can you expound on that a little bit more?
Yeah, so we've got 180 employees here at Dr. Bronner's in our manufacturing operation, where we take our raw materials and turn them into soap and other personal care products. But there's 10 times more people involved in growing, in our case, coconuts to make coconut oil, palm fruits to make palm oil, olive oil, olive trees to make olive oil, mint. These are our main ingredients, and there's 10,000 farmers and their families that are involved around the world making that. And so we want to make sure that we know who they are and that they're getting fair prices and their workers are getting fair wages and it's safe working conditions. So everyone who's touching basically every point of our materials getting to us in the soap is being treated fairly, so that when the customer buys our soap, it's like everybody involved.
So no
in the
sweatshops.
process. No sweatshops at any point. It's just fair and
That's
cool
awesome.
all the way. Yeah.
The fifth cosmic principle is our Earth, and it's treat the Earth like home. In this day and age with climate change, where some people believe in it and some people don't, where do you guys stand in reference to that, and how does treat Earth like home apply to that?
Yeah, well, I think climate change is like, pretty much the major generational challenge that, we have some other major challenges, social and environmental, but climate change, if we don't solve that, we're just not going to be around.
Yeah.
And we cannot continue to be releasing, massive amounts of carbon into the atmosphere. Most people understand that fossil fuels, like we have to decarbonize our economy and move to solar and renewables and stop burning coal and petrochemicals. And just absolutely stop releasing more carbon into the air. But up to a third of that excess carbon in the air is actually from soil, mismanaged, depleted soil from our farms and our rangeland. So 1/3 of the Earth's land area is agricultural. And the way we manage that land and that soil, the organic matter in soil, when you kill the soil, when you throw a bunch of chemicals on it, with synthetic fertilizers, synthetic pesticides, you're killing the life in the soil. So soil is like alive, and you kill it, and it becomes dead dirt, and all that organic life oxidizes and goes up in the atmosphere. So when you do correct regenerative organic agricultural techniques, so all of our ingredients, our coconut, our palm, our olive oil, it's all grown in a regenerative organic way where we're growing soil. Like an organic farmer who's doing it right, you're growing the soil, and then the soil will take care and grow really healthy foods and high yields. And we should be producing our food and our materials and our agricultural systems in a way that builds soil. And when you build soil, that actually takes atmospheric carbon and puts it back into the soil. So that if we want to solve climate change, we need to move all of our agriculture away from industrial agriculture, where you're just basically treating soil like dead dirt.
Yeah.
And you're bringing your food to harvest through more and more and more chemicals, and get away from that chemical model, bring the soil back to life. And when we do that, we can start sequestering huge amounts of carbon back into the soil and rebalance the whole carbon cycle.
Oh, that's amazing. So the sixth and final one is our community, and it's give and give.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So when we cap our salaries at 5-to-1, so early on I could see where the company was going. And my granddad, Dr. Bronner, founded our company as a nonprofit religious organization.
Oh, okay.
The IRS disagreed with his tax-exempt status, and we were in bankruptcy, paying huge amounts of back taxes. But and we reorganized as a for-profit, but we run it as if it was a nonprofit, as if we were. We don't any additional profits we don't need for the business. We give to the causes and the charities we support. So basically, I make 5 times the lowest paid employee. I'm never going to make any more than that. So the more money we get, the more we're given to the causes we support.
So if I want a raise, I got to give them a raise type situation. So if you wanted to raise your salary, you have to give them.
Pretty much.
Wow.
But we're all kind of set. We've already kind of got a set salary structure. Everyone's at a really good level, and I'm not looking to I need to get another whatever.
Yeah.
So I got to raise. We're kind of set, and then what we do is we do a cost of living adjustment. So everyone just kind of goes up by the amount of cost of living, which is like a couple % every year.
So you mentioned your granddad, Dr. Bronner's. So who founded the company, and then your dad took over, and then now it's you and your brother. What's the different type of leadership style that has trickled down? Like, how was your granddad, how was your dad, and now how are you and your brother running the organization? And what parts have you kept from them too, and maybe changed a little bit?
Right on. So my granddad, Dr. Bronner, was himself a 3rd-generation soap maker in a German-Jewish soap making family in southern Germany. So he came up in the guild system of the time and became a master soap maker, but was really political early on. And like by the time he came of age in the 20s, so he was like 21 in 1929, him and his dad and uncles who were running the show in Germany, and we had 3 factories, and we're supplying most of the public washrooms with liquid soap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, including the Zeppelins. Like my great aunt, Dr. Bronner's sister, would say, hey, when the Zeppelins are flying overhead, like our soap is up there.
Oh, wow.
But my granddad, his dad and brothers or uncles did not want him mixing politics and soap. He was Zionist and really active back then, and he was just clashing with his dad and uncles. So he came to the States in 29 and became a consultant to the U.S. soap industry. and in this time married and had his family, my dad and uncle and aunt, but also was growing increasingly desperate as Hitler came to power and the situation deteriorated in Germany. He's trying to get his family out. His two sisters got out, one in 36, and Lottie went to the Engev kibbutz in Israel. Another, Lottie came over, or Louisa came over in 38, right before they closed the borders. But the parents, like a lot of the bourgeois Jews, like thought the madness was going to blow over. They're going to write it out, and it was too late. The Nazis Aryanized the factory in 1941, and they were deported and killed in 1943. So my granddad, kind of in the midst of all this insane tragedy, somehow was having these mystical experiences that like somehow there's this love and there's this light at the heart of our reality, and you know, even in the midst of how tragic and horrible it is, and that but in a nuclear armed world now, you know, now kind of in the end of World War II with nuclear weapons, he realized the next Holocaust we're going to all die. Like we don't realize our transcendent unity across the religious and ethnic divides, that we're all children of the same divine source. We're going to kill ourselves. Like we will literally not survive the next great war.
So your granddad, he started this. He was an immigrant, and your dad took over. What philosophy did your dad superimpose, or did he add to your company and the growth of it?
Right. So my granddad was kind of on this like cosmic trip, you know, peace, you know, save the world, you know, and was going around the country, you know, lecturing on his peace plan, and basically kind of reneged on being a responsible father. I mean, my dad's mom died when he was 2, and my granddad financially supported him in all these foster homes. But my dad came up in a pretty hard kind of way, and you know, just moving from foster home to foster home. So my dad, you know, he went into the Navy right out of high school, and he came out, and he never, you know, like for him, he didn't want to hear about the cosmic, you know, vision of my granddad. For him, it was just like my granddad's way of escaping from being a good father. And my dad compensated the other way and just was, for us, just so about family and community and showing up and being there for your family and for your community. So he's really the central inspiration for me and my brother is our dad, Jim Bronner. And along with my mom and my uncle was running a show. I mean, he had his own business that I came up in.
Oh, okay.
In the 80s, he made, among other things, firefighting foam. So for
AFFF. That's what we use in the military.
Okay, wow. All right.
Yeah.
So right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that you and your brother are now taking control, you're the CEO and he's the president, correct? Yeah. How does that work? How does that work working with your brother? Like you guys went from like swimming in a pool together to running $1 million company. Like how does that work? How do you guys' interaction work? And who has the final say so?
Right. Yeah. No. It's been a process, but we get on great. You know, like, so I probably embody my granddad in that cosmic trip a little bit more, and my brother's probably a little more down to earth, but we're 95% the same. Like we manage our conflicts pretty well. Like we don't blow out, you know, back in the day, like whatever we were arguing about, you know, we would polarize, and I'd be like the activist with my head in the clouds who's going to run the family company into the ground. And he's like the soulless businessman out for profit and doesn't understand our mission or give a shit, you know. But now we realize, like, okay, he gives a shit. I actually know how to do a business. What are we disagreeing about? Let's be efficient. And so we actually have, so he concentrates on international marketing. I concentrate on the activism, but we basically share responsibilities for everything else, like all the big brand decisions and all that. And so, yeah, I mean, it's we get along great, and we have veto power. Like we basically got to be on the same page. Like either of us can veto anything, and we have our core responsibilities and areas. But if either of us don't like what's going on, we got to get onto the same page. So there is no final say. We just got to like both get onto the same page.
We're going to be right back with David Bronner, so stay tuned.
What y'all think about this video? Leave some feedback. And most importantly, comment and share. See y'all soon. I don't know why I really just did a Southern accent, but you kind of get the point. Oh, also, if you need a DJ and professional MC, hit me up. I'm your guy.